Welcome to Mr. Arby's channel. I haven't been on in a while, and instead of looking at my ugly old snout, I'm going to let y'all look at these young, pretty birds here growing up. Got a water leak there, it looks like. It's because these birds, I haven't glued any of this piping. I made this system and see how it's going to work out. I haven't done any piping as far as gluing it. And it's just a little loose. See that? Just a little. There, it's all fixed. Yes, babies. Yeah. You want to come see these people? Hi, sweetie. Some of them come up here and want to see me. Come here. Come on. Come on. You can come here. Okay. You want to see some people? Say hi. Hi. I'm an Americana. Yes, I lay blue and green eggs. And yeah, Easter eggs, but not an Easter egger. Easter egger is a cross between the Americana and I believe the Rhode Island Red. The Americanas are very gentle. You can see they're not going to be very big. They're pullet size. They're about 4 to 6 weeks, and they're going to get a little bigger than this. And I've got a few different breeds. You say, well, Mr. Arby, what do you got these chickens for? Well, I think that we're going to need some chickens for eggs and possibly meat, but when you raise chickens, it's very hard to kill one of them because they're just like family. They have their pecking order, they all have different personalities, and they're just as affectionate as a child sometimes. They really are. And if you've got compassion in your heart, you learn to love these birds, and they produce eggs for us. They give us protein, help us sustain life. And someday we may need them again. Plus you can sell the eggs. Of course, feed's way up there, $20-something a bag. It's way double. And but they're a joy. They're a joy to raise too, and watch them take care of themselves. Anyway, I got some little feeders. They work really good. These little cups, they water themselves, and got a big container of water. But that's not really why I started this video. I just thought, well, you'd enjoy looking at the birds and stuff and enjoying nature while I talk to you. And you maybe can concentrate on my voice a little bit. I've been laying water line for my neighbor, helping them out a little bit. The news. I would be very concerned right now because the United States is producing billions and billions of dollars of weapons and arms going to Ukraine. Now I feel sorry for most of those Ukrainians because they're caught up in the middle between the neo-Nazi fascist people that were in there when Germany invaded Russia. There was a huge faction of Ukrainians that joined the Nazis and fought against the Russians. They were just against the Russians because they were against Stalin, which I didn't blame them a bit. Stalin was a butcher and he killed a lot of people, and I can see why they chose Hitler over Stalin, but then they turned around and they lost a lot of people, and Russia lost over 20 million, taking Ukraine and them back, those countries back. Kiev, major battles. And that battle still goes on because after the war, we didn't get rid of the Nazis. They're still there. And over years, they've still trying to gain power and this supremacy thing that they got going on, you know. Well, when you're trying to do a regime change, you might use these people to try to get your people started in there, you know. I'm just asking questions. I'm just going to ask you questions. I want to know why we didn't put 6 or 8 of these labs in the United States and have them under control of our people and our legislature and what's going on, so we know they're not doing anything nefarious. And why did Russia go into the north part just to get those labs? As soon as they got those labs secured, they pulled out and went back down to where the fight was to begin with. Down there by the Crimea. That's where they've been bombing the boys, and they just got tired of it. They've been talking about it for a while, and they just got tired of it. And the West decided they're going to push it. And that's all it is. Now you got China, Russia, India, Pakistan, Thailand, Indonesia. All these countries are joining this pact and they made a 10,000 page deal where they are against the New World Order. They want sovereignty of nations, and I don't blame them one bit. So you've got most populous nations in the world fighting against this New World Order, Charles Schwab crap, Marxism crap, you'll own nothing and be happy. I ain't never been happy owning nothing. I don't know about anybody else. But anyway, it's just a bunch of crap. These guys are sitting there millionaires and drinking their $50 coffees and lattes and stuff each and going to $1,000 dinners, making each other feel good, patting each other on the back. They don't have any idea about us. Their kids go to private schools. They got the best health care. But we don't get nothing. We get the leftovers, you understand that? We get the leftovers. We've always got the leftovers from these people that are controlling our money system. The money system is what's corrupt now. It's corrupt, corrupt. They say they print money. They haven't printed anything. Go to federalreserve.org, look up amount of U.S. currency in the world, and it'll be less than $1.6 trillion. That's in the whole world, printed money. They say, oh, they're printing this, printing. They're not printing anything. They're hitting an enter button. And people think they're still printing. They're spending money on the computer. They're not spending money. They don't have it. And if we had a bank run with 12 or 13 trillion in deposits, with 1.6 trillion in the whole world, how many people think they're going to get their money on a bank run? That's true. And if they shut the doors, how are you going to get your deposits in your safe deposit box and all your belongings and stuff? How are you going to do that? It's not going to be on a timely manner. It's going to be on their time. I'd get my stuff out of the bank. I'd sell stocks. I'd buy, you don't have to buy gold. You don't have to buy silver. I'd buy anything that you think is going to be worth something except for something like land or something, because they'll just come confiscate your land if they want it. If it really gets that bad, they'll confiscate your land and anything else they want. I have no idea what you should do. I just say prepare for something that could happen. And maybe it won't happen, but enjoy life. And then if you got a few chickens, 3 or 4 in your backyard, and getting a couple of eggs a day, good for you. You got a little garden, getting some tomatoes and stuff, don't have to pay these $1 a piece for them, good for you. It's time to be self-sufficient. We need to move out of these cities, get you a little land, get away from it, because it's just starting all this crap. Until we get on a level playing field and they do away with all this fake money and have a jubilee or whatever they're going to do, because they have no intention on paying this back, because you can't pay it back. It's too big. You have to realize how much 1 trillion is. It took 100 years for us to go $1 trillion in debt. In 1 year, they went 7 trillion in 2 weeks. More in debt. 7 trillion. It took 100 years for the first trillion. Think about it. $1 trillion. They're giving away hundreds of billions because there's no money. They just say, who's paying the bill for all this? Oh, it's coming from the Federal Reserve. Where's the Federal Reserve? They ain't got nothing. That's fake money. It's a Federal Reserve note, just what you think it's worth, and that's all. So anyway, this is getting long, 8 minutes, and just telling you need to be ready. Get out of the system, get out of the financial system, get you some gold, silver, commodities, palladium, copper, something that people need, that they can barter something that you need with. It may get that bad. I hope not. Have a great day.